Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I'm answering a question that I saw in an SEO group. And this question says, our boss, a C-level executive, wants me to figure out why this competitor site is outranking ours. And the competitor site has some technical SEO issues. There's some broken links. There's some 404s. The content is in our opinion, not that great. The title tag is just the name of the page and the brand name, and yet it's outranking us. And what we think is happening is they're using a PBN, private blog network, which is it's a series of sites that are basically set up in order just to build links to other websites. So people will build links to the PBNs. PBNs will link out to different websites, and it's a big chain of like a whole bunch of websites. They might be cross-linked to one another. They might have external links, but basically they're set up to look real. But basically they are just sites that are set up just to distribute link equity to other websites. And that's what this person is thinking. And they're saying, if they are using a PBN, then it's really well hidden because I can't find any of the links. They're not being picked up by Ahrefs or SEMrush, and Google's picking them up to distribute the link value, the page rank from those pages, the link juice to those pages, but I can't find it in any SEO tool, so they're hiding it really well. So my answer to this is it's not always a PBN. It's not always automatically jump to think like they're using black hat techniques. Don't automatically always think that they're using a PBN and that is the only reason why they're ranking. Now, technical SEO issues, yes, that can make a little bit of a difference. Can make a difference. I mean, yes, Google could say that there's errors and so this is not a high quality site. But you're evaluating the content and you're saying the content is not that good, but the content might be good enough for Google to rank it. Obviously, it's good enough for it to rank it in the first place. If it didn't have the right content, no matter how many links that it had coming into it, no matter how many PBNs it had coming into it, it probably would not rank above you, or it wouldn't rank in the top 5 of search results for your keywords. So the content is probably closer to the lines of what Google wants to see, and I think you have to face up to that fact that it might at least be within the parameters of what Google is looking for. So my advice is the same advice that I give whenever you're faced with a situation like this, and that is not just look at one competitor and try and figure out like what angle are they working, how are they cheating the system, how are they using black hat techniques to rank, because it's not always that. Look at the overall pattern, look at everything that's ranking on page 1 for that, and see if what they're doing fits in with the overall pattern. Is the content good enough? Is the content, kind of the same as everything else out there that's ranking on page 1? And if it is, then that could be a reason enough for Google to rank it. And I know this is not what people always want to hear, but there's another thing too. Google will often take new sites or sites that haven't been in the top 10 of the results before, and they will push it to see how it does. And sometimes they'll take a brand new site or a fairly new site or a site that has never been ranked in the top 10 before for that term, and they'll push that page up. They'll push it up and they will see how it performs. Now, whether it sticks up near the top remains to be seen, because I've seen this all the time. I see this quite often where they will push the site up, and then if it doesn't perform as good as the incumbent sites that were up there, then it will slowly fall back down. It will slowly fall back down the rankings. So it's not necessarily a PBN, and even if it was, what are you going to do? Are you going to narc to Google that they have a PBN? Because I can tell you that does not work either. That really doesn't work. You can narc off PBNs all you want. If Google doesn't algorithmically detect them and devalue them, then it really does no good. And that's just my 2 cents on it. So my advice is look at the overall content of their page and all the other pages that are ranking up near the top, and see if there's something that you can do to improve your page that you're trying to rank for that term. And I think that will go a lot farther. Now, don't obsess over what people are doing to cheat the system, because there's a lot of cheating that goes on. There's a lot of black hat techniques that seems to fall through the cracks, and yes, it does work for at least for a limited time until Google makes adjustments. And like I said, you might be waiting a short time, you might be waiting a long time for Google to make those adjustments. You might be waiting years for Google to finally figure out, like, it's looking at a PBN, if that is indeed the case, which it might not be. Remember that Google does do A/B testing, but look for the larger patterns. Don't focus on the one competitor, focus on the overall landscape of who's out there. Yes, it's easy to look at one competitor and say, this person's cheating, and these other ones are playing by the rules and they're just good sites, but this one is cheating and it's doing really good. Sometimes it takes a long time for it to fall back down the ranks, but maybe people are finding what they're looking for on that site. And if that's the case, if they're making conversions and if people are finding what they need, then it might be hanging around up near the top for a long time. So the best thing to do is focus on your site, what you're doing. Look at what Google might be favoring. Don't get obsessed over technical SEO, and don't get obsessed over PBNs. What I would say is content first is the most important thing that you need to be looking at. Look at what Google seems to be favoring in that overall search result. Make the content on your page fit that pattern. And then if the usability on your site is good, design is good, you don't have any technical errors, also focus on building a robust link profile and getting links consistently over time for your page. That's going to go a lot further than worrying about how competitor X or competitor Y is trying to game the system. That's my 2 cents. My name's John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. I'm here every single day making videos on SEO. And thank you to all the new subscribers that have come on recently. I think we're just about to hit 300 subscribers. When that happens, I'm going to make a special video. I really appreciate everyone. It means a lot to me. That's all for now. Until next time, peace.